Hi, this is Susan here from River Tropics, and today I'm up visiting Lowland Gardens. You've often heard me talk about this place in the other videos that I've had, and they've been kind enough to allow me to walk through and do a little filming. This is early in the year, and they're just getting their planting done, so it's going to be quite an exciting trip through, and we'll talk to a few people, ask them a few things about it, and if you have any questions, drop them down below, and if I can, I'll come back and answer those up for you. Okay, so let's get at it.
All right.
Okay, here we are at Lowland Gardens, and we're taking a trip through with Michael Vandenhoek, and he's going to point out some new stuff or some of the stuff that they do early in the year anyways. So, Mike, how are you today?
I'm here, still surviving. We had some great success with our little April Fool's prank, so I'm sorry to all those of you that have been emailing in asking about the new chocolate maple, but we will still have the regular flowering maples this year. But as you can see behind and around us here, we've got all kinds of little seedlings that are cropping up. Tony has been busy at work with doing a bunch of the seeding, and we have over on the side over here, we have a lot of dahlias growing on in smaller pots. Those eventually are going to become our 5.5 inch, the large dahlia pots of the Hypnotica series. So in order to save on space and save on some heat, you know, we grow things on in smaller containers first, and then bump them up when they're getting closer to their appropriate size once we get a little later in the season.
See up above us here, you really got a lot of baskets started.
Yeah, just a few.
Just a few, I would say.
So I mean, in the season we'll do between 4,500 to 5,500 hanging baskets, and we've got
These are
six
beautiful,
greenhouses.
yeah.
6 greenhouses right now that have hanging baskets started in them.
Wow.
So you've just focused on some of the combos that I'm sure you're still quite familiar with.
I am, yes. But they are. I do believe this here is your begonia baskets here. That's a begonia right there, as you can see. Bacopa is right here. That'll have the little white flower on it. Looks like we have some lobelia over here. And right here is the potato vine and pomia. And if you come around here, this is a coleus. It's a smaller one. Absolutely gorgeous. Monarch, I think it was called. And it doesn't get really tall. It does a nice bunch on the side of baskets. So be sure to get back out here this year and check out these when they really get big.
Yeah, when they're nice and full, we know what they look like.
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous.
So you have all these little seedlings of everything that's started at home. So something like our 4 packs of salvia that'll be down the road. They're all seeded in these tiny little trays. There's 406 cells in this one little tray, where they grow on like this, and then they'll get bumped up to our 4 packs later on.
So there's, just looking at how many trays here, it's hard to imagine exactly how many plants we're looking at here to add them all up. Oh, wow, lots of colocasia this year.
Oh yeah.
And look at this,
colors.
we got beautiful dark leaf one as well. So actually come quick, because they sell out of these really quick. So get out here and get out here fast.
Yeah, we got some millet growing on. We've got our nice ferns all started up that are going to have to be potted up soon.
See how nice these are, and they're so compact. This one looks like, is this just your
That's the Boston.
Do you have the macho here?
Macho's here.
Okay, folks, so that great big huge fern that you seen in my gardens at home, this is it when it starts out. This is where I got mine at Lowlands, and it will get massive. So if you're looking for that dramatic look, here's where you come. You pick it up, and you can transfer it from outside and into your home.
So, I guess continuing on in here, this is one of the warmest houses. Again, more baskets hanging up and growing on. So, because of the heat, we have our first batch of geraniums that are growing on for the first batch in retail. Give them that little extra oomph and give them a little extra size for the first batch. And over on the other side, you'll see it's all coleus and begonias. And
check out their coleus over here, folks. Look at it. Isn't it just absolutely gorgeous. And remember last year when I did that Boom Without Bloom planter? This is where I got my coleus, right here. But I only used 4 different ones, and they have, as you can see, I'm just gonna come across here and just show, look at the amount they have and the variety in colors. So when you come, be sure to come on up, check it out. Okay, so I had to just let them know where last year I had people asking me, sending me questions on this, and I'd like to let them know where they can get it.
Well, that's appreciated. Well, Brett's in the other greenhouse there doing some pinching.
Pinching?
Yeah,
Prune pinching.
Yeah, pinching back some of the hanging baskets, and we do that. Each hanging basket will go through multiple...
So this here I've never seen. What is this? Feather falls. This must be a new type of interior.
Yeah, that's a carex with a weed in it.
Oh, well, that's why it looks so unusual. Yeah. There we go, folks.
So it's got a wild grass that needs to come out of there, but we've got lots of the nice curly grass there. And look, the roots are coming right out the bottom.
Wow.
They need to go into their forever homes soon.
Now this one I tried the little prince. If you'll remember last year I did a container with this, and it turned out absolutely gorgeous. So it's a little bit different, and we get all kinds of graceful grasses up here.
And I know it's very sad, but you see all the beautiful lantana blossoms out there.
Do you see that?
Those need to get all cut off and pinched back because we still don't open for another 4 weeks. So we need to get some of those blossoms pinched back so that we can get a better foliage growth.
One. Oh wow! Look at this, folks. I just got to show you this. When you're talking about keeping stuff inside and stuff, now look at the rosemary. Isn't that something? Just have a look at that. Isn't that just gorgeous? Just wanted to show you that. When you get your rosemary, you can actually make a tree out of it, a big bush, and you know what? Even that, if you put that in your garden, if you're doing a little tropical area, you can stuff that in there. Double the use. Absolutely gorgeous. Plus, you can use it when you're doing your cooking.
Use it for cooking, or you can go bonsai with it.
Well, there you go. Bonsai as well.
So I don't know if you want to do a little behind the scenes out here.
Yeah, we're just going to take a look at some of their working area out here.
So just another extension onto the building, but
just got to get it closed. Pond out back. Look here. Beautiful day in Nova Scotia, as always. Oh my.
Yeah. So for all those thousands of plants, you need to have proper identification too. So we have a whole wall just for the flowering annuals, and then the perennial labels are in a different section, and the herbs and succulents are in their own section.
Just so you can kind of see, everything will be tagged and let you know what each item is. Be sure to look for that this year. Isn't that gorgeous? And we're going to just keep walking around. This is a really huge area here. They must have a lot they got to get done. And we're moving into hope they don't mind. The workers, so, I should ask them.
Mind the mess, but you can see here we've got a chart of stuff that's set to be transplanted onto its final destination pot size.
Can we just show them how the plug is?
So it's been growing on like that, and you'll have between 50 and 100 plants in here that have been growing on, and then they get transferred over to either a 4.5 or a 5.5 inch pot.
And that's what she's working on now, putting the trays and the pots together and then putting it through this machine here.
Soil filling machine.
And when it comes, you put them over on this side where the belt is with the pots, empty pots, and when they come out this side, as you can see, there's one sitting here right now full of soil.
So let's go take a peek down this way.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'll be, we'll do this and then we'll head over to the perennial area.
Yeah, just give a quick look around. This is a large operation. How many greenhouses do you have here now?
Now we have 15.
15 greenhouses. We're not going through all of them today. We're just showing roughly.
So from the 15, 3 are open to the public for retail, and then the other 12 are just for growing on, because everything sold at Lowland Gardens is grown at Lowland Gardens. Grown here, not flown here.
Grown here, not flown. A very good slogan there. But it does make a big difference. Look at this, folks. Isn't that just absolutely gorgeous?
So these are our stock plants for the citronella. So I mean, you can see this is already like a tree or a shrub in and of itself. and so we use these and then self-propagate for the crop that's in one of the other houses right now.
Check out the Bordeaux.
There's the Bordeaux petunia, yeah, very popular.
And the flowering maple that he was
yes,
talking about. Here we are, right here. This is the actual flowering maple. I do usually have one of those parked around. A lot of people ask me about those. Wow, look at the aloe vera, folks. Look at this. They're just, how do you get so many in one?
Well, it's because of we've had the heat now because of the boiler system. So
you have it throughout the
instead
winter.
of putting it cold store in the dark over the winter, now it's actually had bright and sun, and they've been branched out exponentially. So we got to figure out how to repot them and what to do with them.
I would say likely that's going to be a challenge, actually.
And some popular tropicals. We've got some of the mandevilles here. We've got the Rex begonias, and then the streptocarpus or lady slipper here that's coming out, blossoming nicely and just starting to fill in.
And look at this. These are really beautiful. And just so you can get an idea, I'm going to show you the different ones here up nice and close. I'm going to move on. We have another color over here. Look at that. And then we have a really pretty pale. See how pale? They almost look like African violets. A standard houseplant. But if you have a really good look at the leaf, right here, it's nothing like the African leaf, okay? It does have that little bit of a texture of it, but the African violet is a far more dense leaf. But these are absolutely gorgeous plants. You can keep these inside. It's the same idea. Most tropical plants will overwinter. I can't stress that enough, because a lot of people think, I want to have it and it's so beautiful, but I want to keep it. I want to give it to my mother. She lives in a house, and can it survive there? Well, yes, it can. Most tropics can, okay? Some don't do so well, but for most tropical plants, they will. Okay, Michael, sorry to interrupt.
No.
I'm going to babble on there. Sounds like our tour guide's got just to show some of the baskets here while he's busy. We have quite a crew. You have your polka dot plants here. Just showing. Okay. I just thought I'd show up above while you were doing that. Isn't this just good? Look at the plants, folks.
Yeah.
I mean,
so those are all petunias growing on while we're waiting for the next round of baskets to be planted. We don't want to stunt their growth, so they're growing on
in an
open pack in a cell so that they can be transferred over into a hanging basket, but you're not. You've got a lot of baskets to plant, so we want to make sure that their growth isn't being stunted while they're waiting for their baskets.
this here is perennials.
Yep.
These are perennials that are going on to be put in. And just want to show, look at the cone flower here, absolutely gorgeous. Oh, this is a powwow white. And this is powwow wild berry. Just to show you that these are all going to be coming up here. They have lots of perennials, which is what we're heading for right now, isn't it?
That's where we're heading for. So we'll stop off on the last greenhouse the second last greenhouse over here.
Is this a new area?
Messy outdoor area. We had to throw a bunch of stuff down on there to keep the wind down, to keep the wind from ripping up the black tar.
Yeah, and we have had a lot of wind here of late.
So, this one here is where first batches of perennials are being stored and planted. So you can see here, these are some of the seed-generated perennials. They need to be transferred into their gallon pots. But they're in here to cool down as they're waiting to be planted.
Hence why we have an open door for this greenhouse here,
and
okay?
an open side.
And the side here, these sides automatically, I think you set your temperature.
Yep.
And they automatically roll up. If it hits a certain temperature, it rolls up to cool it down. Is that correct?
Exactly. So each greenhouse is set as its own distinct temperature zone. You can see here is all lavender. Then a bunch of the perennials that are growing on in 3.5-inch pots. Some of the more aggressive varieties that have a little bit more robust growth. So they're growing on in these until such time we need to transfer them over into gallon pots. Because gallon pots take up a lot of space.
Yeah, you can see the difference there. You see the gallon pots, how much room they take. And just think, if every one of those were in gallon pots, they'd need about want 20, 30 more greenhouses. So,
Yeah, kind of. So we've
Yeah.
got the cool wave pansies are starting to grow on here in their containers. We'll add on some welcome signs onto those once they're ready. And you can see over here we have the perennials growing on nicely.
yeah, you have a lot of them transplanted here into some pots, I see. So that's looking really good.
So right here is a mixture of just 9 of each for the first batches that are going to be going out to retail.
Now this is really pretty. This would make a very nice. Now, if you look back here, it's got a little pink blossom. Depends on if you like bloomage or not. But if you don't, you can always cut it off. But the leaf on it is really nice. And this is a perennial, and this will do well and come back every year here in Nova Scotia. But it gives you that kind of tropical feel. Not everything needs to be tropical to have the tropical feel.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, something I'm excited about, and started bringing in some stuff specifically for a friend of mine, but trying to get in some black flowers. So we have a black Asiatic lily.
Look at that.
And a black iris that is just starting to come
Look
up.
at that, folks. Isn't that gorgeous? And they are coming up already.
They are
That's
coming
one
up.
thing about an iris. They tend to come up extremely early in the year, don't they?
Yeah. Oh, and because we miss you, we still have Forever Susan.
Oh, yes. I have that. Well, no, I have the, what is it, daylily called Susan.
Oh, okay.
I have one of those planted. It's the only daylily I have in my yard. So.
So yeah, this is more of the, just...
Oh, no worries. I'll just walk. They are in the middle of doing planting here, so it's been really nice for Mike to take the time out and show us the perennials and how it's done here. And if you'll notice something, like every greenhouse that we've gone into thus far, and there's still more, but they have baskets started. I guess it depends on the type of petunias would do well in a cooler area. They tend to take the cold, but you can see how many baskets they even have in here. So this is just quite the operation. I'm showing you right now, but I hope to take a quick pop-up just before they open up and take a stroll through, just a very quick stroll through, and show you the retail area before they're ready to open, because it's going to be amazing. Isn't that right, Mike?
I'm surely hope so.
Yeah. Okay, you can continue with what you were saying. I know you're busy, and I really want to thank you
is,
for doing this for me today.
Well, I'm happy to have you out here. Yeah, this is, like I said, this is our main perennial growing area. So we do one line of each variety to get that early full foliage in for people, and then more of the other ones are grown outside and cold, so that you get a denser growth. But all the perennials get a good cold treatment to make sure that they're actually sturdy for you before they go home. And one thing I will point out on the side here, because you know, the whole issue with the monarch populations of the last few years has been a very popular topic. This whole section here is 700 plants of milkweed, so we'll have a good butterfly buffet, and hopefully we'll have some actual monarchs returning this year, and give them something to feed on.
So it's a good thing for everybody to think about that. We always thought, you know, do a little bit here, do a little bit there. And the monarch butterfly is actually one that'll fly. They fly all the way to Brazil, is it, that they stay?
Yeah, don't quote me on that one, but it's
I
somewhere
think it
far
is.
down south.
And there's a wonderful web, I think it's either on Netflix or else it's just on the web. And it shows how they hibernate, basically, for the winter down there. And then they come up. So that it's the only one that I know of that migrates.
Like that.
Yeah. So I think that if everybody can pick something up like this, beauty of it is it's perennial. So it's going to come back every year, get larger.
And it's the only perennial that we sell that we want bugs to eat.
Yeah. There you go. The bug being the beautiful monarch butterfly.
Well, I think here concludeth the tour.
Yes, I am concluded with this tour, and I want to say thanks a lot, Mike. It's really great. I know people are going to have questions and stuff, and I'll be happy to answer as many as I can. Well, there's a large variety of perennials. Do you have any idea how many perennials you have?
This year, it's something about 285
285 varieties.
different varieties, yeah.
So I am certain that if you're starting up a new bed, that you'll be able to find what you need right here out of the 285 different types of plants. And look at these hostas, aren't they beautiful? And they're just starting up.
We have a bunch of other varieties that aren't in here yet, but I think this year we've got 10 different hosta varieties.
So. 10 varieties. So check it out. I had a few of you stop last year. You were looking at something that spread out wide. I'm certain that they have something here that would cover that, wouldn't you? Wide spreading, but not overly tall, but just wide spreading.
Yeah, there's a big variety of stuff. We have a lot of different ground covers, both in succulent and non-succulent perennials. We've got, the height, the statement pieces, and our signage in the retail greenhouse kind of shows you the growth habit of different things as well, so that you can get a quick sense of how tall it's growing and what color blossoms it has.
Okay, well listen, I'm going to wrap that up here. Again, thank you, Mike, and I'm going to go home, and it'll take me a little while, but I shall edit up this video, present it to you, and hopefully it'll give you some ideas. I will be back here when they get closer to opening, and what you're seeing here right now will have a lot more growth on. So thank you everybody for stopping in to view this. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and we'll talk to you later.